Welcome. This is David Bowles' Human Meme. Today's topic, Blood of the Deceiver. We live in a world of great genius. We have minds who have transformed how we think of things we never thought before. And in that mitosis from unwed thought to married malignancy, we often discover the best of us is already also the worst of us. And so I ask you, my human meme friend, what are we going to do about it? What do we do when a great entertainer and songwriter like Michael Jackson also just happens to ruin the childhoods of certain boys he's taking a loving to? Do we condemn the pervert while still celebrating the genius? Is the price of accepting transformational genius the ruined life of a child who then becomes the broken adult? And what of Elizabeth Holmes of Theranos? Even if Elizabeth Holmes is a deceiver and a liar, she still has the grand talent of an undeniable charisma, of being able to tell people a lie to their face and have them believe it over and over again. I think Elizabeth Holmes is full of brine and devoid of light. But can we condemn her ability to change the energy around her with the snap of her fingers, to convince people that her way is the only way and the one path to take? Even if, after she's done with you, you drop off the dark end of the plank trying to get there. And what of the genius neighbor who calls everyone together and who creates a community of love and support and understanding? And we only later learn the entire event of that life was to cover up a conspiracy of deceit and finance. Your neighbor stole from everyone he knew, only to claim their money as his own. Yet his public deeds appear earthy and unselfish. And now, what of the mother who clings to life, only to murder in private? Oh, sure, she's a pageant queen and a society phenomenon. But her pastime just happens to be burying strangers in her backyard. Can we appreciate the cum laude and deny the blood baked into her hands? We tend to forgive the dead more than absolve the living. We can better accept a corrupt, dead genius more than we can abide a lying modern genius who lives down the block from us and who leaves the lights on at night. Their genius blood heals us and also repulses us. In the blood, the deed. In the weeping, the honor. And all of this, my human meme friend, is the conundrum of the modern world, where we have heroes who are not fit for worshiping. But the more we look back, the more we realize even The greats who lived in antiquity were flawed as well, and just as awful, and just as treacherous as the talented around us alive today. And how do we handle this disconnect? We compartmentalize our sins and those sins of the misbegotten other. We live to forgive, to forget, and rationalize. And we do all of this dirty work for other people in order to keep what they gave us, without being repulsed by what they did alone at night. The power of the cyst is in the weeping, not in the eruption. If we are identified by our pain, then the best lesson we can begin to learn is that we need to become comfortable with being uncomfortable. Because life is never kind, and life is rarely good. And once we accept those truths, we can begin not to expect too much of others, and to start to begin to expect everything from ourselves. There is no doubt the genius mind is aware of this disconnect between their immutable creation and their immoral behavior. Yet they are stuck in the womb. Stuck, circling in amniotic fluid, searching for a way out of the swirling abyss. And the greater the mind, the larger the incompetency is on the other side of the body. The mind rules, the body cringes. Philoctetes by Sophocles, 409 BCE. Philoctetes is a play about a great archer who happens to have a wound that dissolved him of invulnerability, but not his talent. And as he died of his infectious wounds, he knew what he'd done. He knew he made a living killing people with his bow and arrow. But that life, that marker against death, was the full price of living up to his talent, of fomenting the purpose of his entire life. He knew he was born to be an assassin. And for Philoctetes, this realization of purpose versus cause ate away at him until the bitter tendrils of what his life shattered finally fell into as a comforting grave. Alas, my son, I fear thy vows are vain. Behold, my blood flows from the wound. Oh, how it pains me. Now it comes, it hastens. Do not leave me. Oh, that Ulysses felt this racking torture, even to his inmost soul. Oh, again it comes. O Agamemnon, Menelaus, why should not you bear these pangs as I have done? O Death, where art thou, Death? So often called, wilt thou not listen? Wilt thou never come? Every wind is fair when we are flying from misfortune. Thank you for listening. Be a human meme.